That was little. And they would all clump in the corners. They did, but they came back because I heated it up and they're like, oh, cool. Someplace warm. That's all right. At least she'll look cool. At least you have gloves. Yes. I don't really need that yet. Oh. Good morning, beloveds. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Chattanooga. I am the Reverend Mandy Goheen. My pronouns are she, her, and it is my delight to serve this congregation, my delight to be back from sabbatical. It is a beautiful day outside. It is quite cold, but we're tough, right? We're resilient, right? We're here today to talk about emergence. Well, that seems heady and silly, but emergence nonetheless during a time like this. Emergence on this first day of spring. Emergence as the days get longer and the love grows stronger. Coming back into this space. Sharing and holding our values together of love. And what an honor it is to see each of you on this cold day coming out here to see me and to be together and to be in community and to practice what is emerging among us, which is love. Welcome to this place. No matter what brought you here, no matter if you were tired and wanted to sleep in and got dressed anyway and came, thank you especially. If you are new here, if you have been here many times, welcome. Welcome to this space. Welcome to this time. Welcome to this container that holds our love. Welcome. Our service will begin.
Good morning. I'm the Reverend Pam Johnson. I'm a community minister affiliated with this congregation. I add my welcomes to yours, and welcome back, Mandy. As a gesture of respect and to correct the erasure of the history of indigenous peoples, we recite these words of land acknowledgement. Please join me. At UUCC, we acknowledge that our church sits on Cherokee, Muskogee, and Yuchi land. Francis David, sometimes known as Ferenc David, was a 16th century founder of the Unitarian Church in Transylvania, and he is said to have asserted, "We need not think alike to love alike." As Unitarian Universalists, we have no set creed that unites us, but instead we are united by our shared values and covenants or promises that guide our actions. Please join me in the covenant that this church has made with each other. We journey together, bound in the interdependent web of all existence. We embrace diversity, own our conflicts, and assume good intentions. We embrace diversity. When we fail, we begin again in love. Justice and compassion shall be our watchwords, and beloved community our goal. Unitarian Universalists across the country and across the world light a chalice at the beginning of services and gatherings as a symbol of love and service. Please join with me in our chalice lighting words. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Our opening hymn is an African-American song that dates from the time of slavery. It's a song of both lament and hope. So I invite you to rise in either body or spirit to sing "There Is More Love Somewhere." Seated. At this time, we invite the young and young at heart forward to hear our new religious education coordinator, Kelsey Waller, read "The Rabbit Listened." Don't need to hold it. That would be great, thank you. Except I will need a chair.
Our story today is titled "The Rabbit Listened." One day, Taylor decided to build something new, something special, something amazing. Taylor was so proud. But then, out of nowhere, things came crashing down. The chicken was the first one to notice. Cluck, cluck. What a shame. I'm so sorry that this happened. Let's talk about it. Cluck, cluck.
Okay.
But Taylor didn't feel like talking, so the chicken left. Next came the bear. Grr, rawr. How horrible. I bet you feel so angry. Let's shout, "Gar, rar, gar." But Taylor didn't feel like shouting, so the bear left. The elephant knew just what to do. I can fix this. We just need to remember exactly the way things were. But Taylor didn't feel like remembering, so the elephant also left. One by one, they all came. The hyena, hee, let's laugh about it. The ostrich, gulp, let's hide and pretend that nothing happened. The kangaroo, tss, tss, what a mess, let's throw it all away. And the snake, shh, let's go knock someone else's down. But Taylor didn't feel like doing anything with anybody. So eventually, they all left, and Taylor was alone. In the quiet, Taylor didn't even notice the rabbit, but it moved closer and closer until Taylor could feel its warm body. Together, they sat in silence until Taylor said, "Please stay with me." The rabbit listened. The rabbit listened as Taylor talked. The rabbit listened as Taylor shouted. The rabbit listened as Taylor remembered and laughed. The rabbit listened to Taylor's plans to hide, to throw everything away, to ruin things for somebody else. Through it all, the rabbit never left. And when the time was right, the rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to build again. "I can't wait," Taylor said. "It's going to be amazing." The end.
You can stay right here for just a second, because I wanted to ask you a couple questions. So, who learned something from the rabbit? It's hard to be the rabbit. It's hard to be quiet and not give advice. But I was thinking about this book, and this book is about somebody named Taylor, and this little human, all his blocks fell down. All the blocks fell down. And there was something to blame, right? The crows flew through and knocked down the blocks. But what happens when we're the ones that knock down the blocks? What happens when there aren't chickens or bears running through to comfort us in whatever weird ways they try to comfort us? What happens when we're by ourselves? And I wanted to give you a tip. Who here has a blankie? Okay, we all have blankies. Let's admit it, folks. I know. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Who here has a blankie? This is kind of a blankie. It's really a towel, but it has hearts on it, and I really like it. So, one of the things we can do when there's no rabbits around to give us a hug is we can wrap up in our blankie and give ourselves a hug. Right? We can listen to our own hearts quietly. We can be there for ourselves, because sometimes when things are really hard, there's just not a rabbit to be found in the room when you need one. And because we know this place is a place that covers us and holds us in love, when we wrap in that blanket, we can remember Sunday morning, or a smile that we saw, or a friend that we played with. And we can remember always to be a good friend to ourselves first. So I invite you to go to religious education like very slow rabbits, maybe not storming out, but think about how to comfort yourself, because sometimes when we're alone, we need ourselves the most. And with that, I invite you to go to religious education and all of us to sing.
I have a poem to share with you this morning as our time to reflect to sit in the quiet, to enter a space of meditation. This is In Blackwater Woods by Mary Oliver. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light. They're giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this: the fires and the black river of loss whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go. As the music plays, you'll be invited to come forward and light a candle that represents a joy or concern that you have. Mandy and I will assist you with lighting candles. Mandy's available for hugs if you like.
Spirit of love, spirit of life, spirit of community and togetherness. Hold each reason a candle was lit in tenderness. Hold the candles that were not lit in tenderness. Hold this community in good times and in bad, in the powerful embrace of the triumph of love. When things are at their hardest, remember, love is emerging among us in ways we could never expect or understand. That the hard things and the wonderful things are like doorways opened into something new, something we never knew was possible with love. May it be so, and blessed be.
This is a reading that was part of the inspiration for Mandy's sermon today. It's by Adrienne Marie Brown from her book, Emergent Strategy, Shaping Change, Changing Worlds. So these are a few selections to try to explain for you what emergent strategy is. Adrienne Marie Brown quotes this definition of emergence by Nick Obolensky. Emergence is the way complex systems and patterns arise out of a multiplicity of relatively simple interactions. She states that emergence is another way of speaking about the connective tissue of all that exists, the way, the Tao, the force, change, God, goddess, life, birds flocking, cells splitting, fungi whispering underground. Emergence emphasizes critical connections over critical mass, building authentic relationships, listening with all the senses of the body and the mind. Emergence notices the way small actions and connections create complex systems, patterns that become ecosystems and societies. Emergence is our inheritance as part of this universe. It is how we change. Emergent strategy is how we intentionally change in ways that grow our capacity to embody the just and liberated worlds we long for. There are examples of emergence everywhere. Birds don't make a plan to migrate, raising resources to fund their way, packing for scarce times, mapping out their pit stops. They feel a call in their bodies that they must go, and they follow it, responding to each other, each bringing their adaptations. There is an art to flocking, staying separate enough not to crowd each other, aligned enough to maintain a shared direction, and cohesive enough to always move towards each other, responding to destiny together. Emergence is beyond what the sum of its parts could even imagine. A group of caterpillars or nymphs might not see flight in their future, but it's inevitable. It's destiny. Oak trees don't set an intention to listen to each other better or agree to hold tight to each other when the next storm comes. But under the earth, always, they reach for each other. They grow such that their roots are intertwined and create a system of strength that is as resilient on a sunny day as it is in a hurricane. Many of us have been socialized to understand that constant growth, violent competition, and critical mass are the ways to create change. But emergence shows us that adaptation and evolution depend more upon critical, deep, and authentic connections. A thread that can be tugged for support and resilience. The quality of connection between the nodes in the patterns. Dare I say love? And we know how to connect. We long for it. Emergent strategies are ways for humans to practice being in right relationship to our home and to each other, to practice complexity and grow a compelling future together through relatively simple interactions. Emergent strategy, again, is how we intentionally change in ways that grow our capacity to embody the just and liberated worlds we long for.
Very good book. Very marked up. How are we emerging? What is we, by the way? Does that mean me? Does that mean all of us together? Does that mean this country? I think the question needs a little pondering and rolled around. And I have questions about the questions. Do you have questions about the question? That's who we are, right? As Unitarian Universalists, we generally have questions about the question. How on earth are we emerging into a time of chaos and gunfire, a time to dust off the Constitution and get back to basics like no kings? How are we emerging in a time like that? How are we emerging? How is that even possible? When things that don't happen here are happening. Emerging sounds a little silly and woo-woo, and like I've been on sabbatical for 6 months, I know. It sounds a little heady, but it is happening around us. Don't you feel it? Do you feel it today, emerging from you, from us? Love. How are we emerging? We are emerging in a loving way, in a specifically planned, strategic way that focuses and centers on love and nonviolent resistance and commitment to our beliefs and values in wonderful things like democracy that still need that extra push of love right now. Emergence is sort of like science and philosophy's love child, in my opinion. It is the thing that comes together out of the tiny pieces that break apart. It is the miracles that we experience even when the word miracle feels uncomfortable in our mouth. I wonder, can there be emergence without chaos? Chaos is an important concept. When we are in chaos, we have let go of knowing what's going on, right? We have let go and looked at the pieces and tried to decide what can emerge from them. And sometimes you think you know, and sometimes it doesn't happen. We have to be nimble to emerge from things, right? We have to be nimble and change plans. You will notice there is a change in the order of service. You think I would have gotten it right? I was gone 6 months. I could have surely got the order of service together in a way that made sense, but yesterday I spoke to Rev Pam on the phone and something emerged that was different than what I expected. I have written this sermon about 7 times, y'all. Because she asked, well, how are you going to explain how we're emerging? And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know what's emerging. And then it became clear to me it's that collaborative movement and covenant that we do that allows all those tiny pieces to come together and build beloved community. In the song we opened with, The line is, there's more love somewhere. And that's fine and good to believe in, but how do you hope? How do you hope? Because the next line says, I'm going to keep on until I find it. Not stop, not give up. Sure, I'm going to lay down and wrap myself up in a blanket some days and take a nap and eat some cookies because that is just what is going on right now. We need to take care of ourselves and treat each other, and especially treat ourselves reasonably. There's more love somewhere, and that somewhere is here. This place is and I said this before, it's our practice ground for living our values. We get to come here on Sunday mornings and do this amazing experiment of community based on love, based on values. It says up here on the wall, we are all connected, stronger together. Stronger together. Love's hands in the world, called to create justice, responsible for one another and the earth, but we must remember that we are responsible for ourselves and our well-being as well along the way. Have you ever felt it coming? It feels like that now. Have you ever felt it coming? Those of us who have some trauma-informed past, like I do, when things get really easy, we start getting wiggly. We start looking over our shoulder and wondering why everything is working out so well. November has been historically the month of that for me, for looking over my shoulder and wondering what is coming. I'm suspicious of easy things. Sabbatical was wonderful, and I was getting, and I said this to a couple of you this morning, quite sick of myself and quite sick of being centered on how I was going to feel better and how I was going to do a better job. And what was emerging was something that I dread. We call it boredom. That's a bad sign, right? I'd sat with the silence. Well, okay, there's no silence at my house. I'll change that. I'd done little things. I'd visited people. None of my sabbatical went according to plan. That's how I roll anyway, so that was cool. My uncle's girlfriend died, which seems oddly random, and that's what I thought, oh, there's the thing in November that's going to happen. There it is. I'm ready for this. I felt good about my part in community. I paid for my uncle's daughter to come from Texas to be with him. I didn't go. I took care of myself, a little self-preservation. And then I blew off what I had felt was coming. But everything changed. Everything changed for my whole entire family, and many of you just as side witnesses on November 11th at 5:30 in the evening when a drunk driver hit our son on his motorcycle, and everything changed, and anything I thought I knew was in a pile on the ground. And I wondered how we would survive. And I wondered how I would keep going, and I wondered how I would have the energy to find myself, who has been in the maze of Erlanger Hospital, because it is, what ring of hell is that parking garage, people? Like, what actual part of the Dante story is the Erlanger parking garage in? Because it is baffling to me. It is baffling, and I am so good at getting lost, trust me. But I felt a click. Have you ever felt a click? And I'm good at drama. I'm good at an emergency, trust me. So that click happened. Everything clicked. I clicked into 1,000% mama mode. And I heard this voice in my head that said, annoyingly, this isn't about you. And it wasn't. It had nothing to do with my discomfort. It had nothing to do with what I needed. Everything was broken into tiny pieces of chaos, and it didn't matter. And I had this amazing thought that came to mind because I'd done lots of therapy during sabbatical, and I had this thought. I could get dressed. That would be easy. I could center myself. I could wear clothes in public. That would be such a good idea. I had a strategy to get through the day. And then I thought, what can I do to make the hospital feel not like a hospital? That is not possible, once again. And like all good interstellar hitchhikers, I looked on my bed and there was this towel folded there. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, shout out anyone? And I laughed, and I picked this towel up. This towel, I think, was a gift from the American Heart Association for people who donated, maybe, but I want to be honest, I bought it for $2 at a thrift store and cut the tags off of it and pretended it wasn't a towel. So this towel went with me to the hospital that day, and this towel covered my child. And this towel went to every hospital with us after that. And people treated it like a sacred object. Nurses took care of it, made sure we found it. We lost a lot of stuff over that month, trust me. I still don't know where one of my shoes is. Anyway, but this towel stayed with me. And what was really weird is last week I had the most sabbatically week I've had. The whole time I was gone, I went to Wildwood to a cabin to be very cold, and to attend a conference online with UU ministers where I learned all kinds of amazing things about religious education and about coming back and about slow, effective ministry and all kinds of juicy, good things I brought back. And I took this with me because I thought it would be my altar cloth. It made sense, right? I would lay it out on a table and put my chalice on it. But it was cold. And I was cold, and so I wrapped up in it, and I remembered how sacred it was and how that meaning had emerged out of a towel from a thrift store that represented something so important. It represented healing, moving from one place to another, things that I thought were impossible. It reminded me that when things are at their hardest, they're most chaotic, that love emerges. Now, I like a good philosophical, scientific theory. It is who I am. And Margaret Wheatley is, particularly interesting to me. She talks a lot about chaos, and I'm going to talk about this again on Band Sunday, don't worry. But when she talks about the information and how to come out of chaos, she says everything is about relationship, critical connections, and chaos is essential to the process that we need to engage. Chaos is essential to the process we need to engage. But I still needed a container. See the butterflies up there? The chrysalis around them? I still needed a container. The sharing of information was coming at us about how our son may or may not heal. And I was reading and I was thinking, and they were using this word over and over again, and I was like, that sounds familiar. The process of healing from one stage to another in a brain injury is called emergence, friends. And it is a good word. And I knew that it was a familiar word. And we got to this coolest hospital in Atlanta. It's called the Shepherd Center. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. Miracle workers. And they have an emergent strategy that will knock your socks off. They have everything there for someone to get better. But here's the thing, not everybody wants to. Not everybody wants to get better. Sometimes we wrap up in that blanket and hide, don't we? Sometimes getting better feels too hard. Sometimes it's hard to emerge from that hard thing that's happening back into real life. But they had every tool we needed to emerge. And I was so grateful because it wasn't about me, remember? It was about, and I'm just going to name him, and he's back there falling asleep. It was about Isaiah. He's smiling. And it wasn't about my vision. It was about his vision to get better and back to where he was before. Vision is an invisible field that binds us together, emerging from the relationships and the chaos and the information. That's what's emerging here. We are a people of vision. We are a people of spirit. We have a very strange relationship with God and Him, us. But we are a people of spirit. We are a people who mightily love justice. We are a people who center on love again and again and again. No matter if it seems like it's going to work or not, we come back to it. This place has been here for, help me out, 70, are we up getting near 80 years? I was looking right here and she looked the other way. When the church was founded, look, 74? 75 this year. I feel like we celebrated the 70th year one year, but that was during COVID and I don't remember. But think of the amount of showing up that took this place in this time to last this long. Think of the legacy of showing up and prioritizing love when the world outside said that was silly, perhaps not useful. Think of the information that has been gathered in this community to understand the world. The music, the poetry, the art. What do you need? What do you need for emergence when it is the root word for emergency? That sounds weird, right? Emergence, you need some tools and some relationships, because when this thing falls into shards on the ground, when you and me understand that we might be alone, we need a place to emerge from. We need our covenant to ground us, to show us where we're going. We need people to give us hugs. We need a place to focus and be nourished, because I would like to say that the folks in this room on whatever day are doing a little better than some people are doing. We have more privilege. We have more access, and mostly, we have each other. What is emerging among us? I have no idea right now. This is strange times. But I know that it will be centered in love. And I know that it will be centered in justice. And I know that we're going to make it through this, because we have made it through other very hard times. All you have to do is look at the burnt piano in the back and read the story. We are a people of love and justice, and that is what will emerge. Our love centered in the world. Let this place be a beacon that shines love out onto Chattanooga and beyond. The world is too hard right now to not take a break and wrap up on a blanket on Sunday morning, y'all, and come here and be with people and witness other people's pain and joy, and how great their cupcakes taste, and what a nice song they wrote, and the budget. No, really. Y'all are committed to the money of this place. That is so silly to me, and I love it. That is love. We budget through hopes and dreams and love and vision, and we do our best, because that's all we can do in a society that's emerging into something we don't understand. We use the history we know. We see the patterns from the past, and we apply our logic and our reason, and then we let go of it and let our spirit and our perseverance take over. We stand on street corners, we sing, we make art, we cook food, we take hikes, we do things to hold ourselves in love so that we can love the world even more. And I know I've said love 900 times, but it's so important. Other places this morning, people aren't hearing about love. Other places people are hearing about other things, fake news. Love is never fake news, friends. Love is always real. And the way that it emerges here is unexpected and glorious. And we are part of it together. May it be so. May you emerge with blessings. May you find the miracles hard to hold in your mouth. May you see that broken pieces come back together. And may we emerge again and again and again and again in love. Which one's yours? I was going to hand you a microphone, but there are two.
I'd like to invite someone forward to give us our social justice moment. Judith.
Well, I'm always amazed at the power of emergence and synchronicity. So I found something, I get the Side with Love information from the church, and so I'm going to read from that in case all of you haven't heard that, and it's about love. To side with love is to proclaim a fierce, abundant love. It is a love that is clear, courageous, and accountable. It calls us beyond our comfort and to align our values with our actions. To side with love is to reject the lie that faith can remain neutral in the face of injustice, and then to affirm the liberating power of love. The struggles we face are not merely political debates. They are moral and material battles over who belongs, who is protected, and whose lives matter. Dr. King said, "The church must be reminded that it is not the master or the servant of the state, but rather the conscience of the state. It must be the guide and the critic of the state, and never its tool. If the church does not recapture its prophetic zeal, it will become an irrelevant social club without moral or spiritual authority." Unitarian Universalists have a long history of showing up in movements for justice, and we are continually called to deepen and renew our commitment to mutuality and our collective thriving. Thank you.
I have a little addition to the social justice moment, if that's okay. So this statement came out, but also something really important happened on Friday, which is our denominational president and some other faith leaders in D.C. laid down in front of Congress. I mean, laid down and got arrested, and saying to the world that we would not fund any more ICE. Conscientious objecting is peaceful resistance, and love is the answer. I had something really sweet to read about how geese give things over and over again, but I think that's, oh, there we go. Thank you. Loving, loving, loving Pam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a reading, this is Casey Lamont, maybe I'm saying that wrong, but they say, "I spent an entire year on this porch in Mississippi watching a family of geese. They get to give. Over and over, they get to give. Their style of giving is particular to each bird. But each day, every single day, they share and accept sharing with grace and so much style. I'm working on this every day of my life." So let us give like geese in all different, well, maybe not, but in all different kinds of ways and in all different kinds of things that support this community. And your offering will be gratefully received. Oh. Thank you.
Please join me in our unison words for chalice lighting. Excuse me, for offertory response.
Don't start again.
We give these gifts freely, committed to our mission to care, create beloved community, awaken hearts and minds, resist injustice and act with compassion, embrace life and care for the earth. To this work, we dedicate our offerings. And now we will have the opportunity to enjoy some music from Tom Steinman, an original piece from him entitled Welcome to Our Church. And following that, he is going to teach us a short justice song.
Are we here? Ah, good. This is a song about a place where everyone is welcome. Days go by in a workaday world. Weeks just fly, heads in a whirl. Hearts keep aching for something more. A place to belong, a love we're sure of. Our third place is a second home. Tune out the media, turn off the smartphone. Be yourself, where you're never alone. Feel the inspiration of a peaceful moment. Welcome to our church where spirits dance. Welcome to our church where we all sing as we pray. Welcome to our church where every soul is beautiful. Welcome to our church where we sing and dance each Sunday away. The choir sings out waves electric, classic jazz, world beat eclectic. Pause for echo, hear a teardrop. Bring it all home with gospel hip hop. Hear our message of love and joy. Right and wrong to peace and justice. Feel the pain of the weight of the world. Pray for revelation in a sacred moment. Welcome to our church where spirits dance. Welcome to our church where we all sing as we pray. Welcome to our church where every soul is beautiful. Welcome to our church where we sing and dance each Sunday away. We don't wait for random acts of kindness. We turn good intention into love so real. We show up to overcome our lonely shyness. We know our great works, our contributions of so many, creating inspiration. We all feel sweet inspiration right here, right now. Sweet, sweet inspiration comes raining down. Feel sweet inspiration and love so true. Feel sweet inspiration, we'll go there with you. Welcome to our church where spirits dance. Welcome to our church where we all sing as we pray. Welcome to our church where every soul is so beautiful. Welcome to our church where we sing and dance each Sunday away. Welcome to our church. Welcome to our church. Welcome to our church. Welcome to our church. Welcome. Okie dokie. So, I've been listening to a movement really in Minnesota, Minneapolis, called Singing Resistance. And basically, there's a group that's organizing churches to do sing-alongs, very simple songs. So we're going to sing one right now together. Everyone will sing, please. And it's very simple. I'll do it once through. Hold on. Hold on, my dear ones, here comes the dawn. And that's it, over and over. And let's do the first line together. Here we go. I'll do it once, and then you follow. Hold on. Everyone, hold on. Next line. Hold on. Now, hold on. Now, my dear ones, my dear ones. Here comes the dawn. Here comes the dawn. All right, let's try it all at once. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Hold on. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. Hold on, hold on, my dear ones, here comes the dawn. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, my dear ones, here comes the dawn. And hold on, hold on, my dear ones, here comes the dawn. Hold on, my dear ones, here comes the dawn. Last time. Hold on, hold on, my dear ones, here comes the dawn. Thanks.
What is emerging among us? Well, music is emerging. Justice is emerging. Service is emerging. Baby noises are emerging, which I quite enjoy. I like the baby noises. Love is emerging. Community is ever emerging among us. There is a mystery to that, right? We don't know how the story will end, but we do know that if we center on love and keep holding on till the dawn or keeping on trying till we find it, there is more love somewhere. And what a gift, what a special place that we trust and believe in that we have the hope and love that is so hard to have right now. What a special day to be together. And I'm not quite sure what you're going to take with you when you leave, but do take the idea that in this moment, in this hour, in this space, you are loved. You are everything you need to be. And we are so grateful that you are right here. What's next? Do you have the clicker? Oh, I have the clicker. I stole it. Oh, it's time to extinguish our chalice. All right. Will you please join me in the chalice extinguishing words? We extinguish this flame, but keep the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with all the world. Okay. So announcement time. I remember this announcement time.
I invite you, if you have an announcement, to come onto the front so we don't have to wait a lot of time for people to make the grand entrance. Charlotte, do you want to begin?
Grand entrance.
Mandy, welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
My name is Charlotte Olson. I'm a member of this congregation and just wanted to let you know we are so excited to have you back. And we also have some members of the Goheen family. Welcome It's good to see you guys. Goheen's in the back. For those of you who are recent visitors or very new members and maybe have not had a chance to meet Reverend Mandy yet, for the month of February, her office hours are on Thursdays or by appointment. March will expand a little bit. And she is just a great person to meet, loves meeting new people.
I do.
As you know, we were going to have our welcome back reception today. Due to the iffy weather, we decided to play it safe. It is postponed for 2 weeks, so we will have it on February 15th, which is your next time up here in the pulpit. So we hope to see you then, and apologies for the disappointment. I know it's still in the order of service because we printed that a few days ago.
And I asked for cookies, so you know. But listen, so I want to explain I'm back part-time for this month. I'm taking part-time family leave. As today was a little bit of a soft landing, I needed a softer turn.
We're soft launching.
We're soft launching, whatever that means. It's, you've hugged me. It's soft. It's nice. Okay, more announcements? Oh.
So, what do red envelopes, dragons, and house cleaning have in common? I'll tell you. Chinese New Year. The Religious Ed Committee is inviting all of you to a celebration of the Chinese New Year. Next week, after church, we will have pizza, not very Chinese, but filling, Chinese desserts, crafts, and activities for everyone. Second quick announcement. The band bookcase is missing some books. If you have borrowed them and have had them for more than a month, would you please return them?
Hi, I'm Cindy Collins, and today I bring you resistance whistles. They'll be out in the lobby. You're welcome to take whatever you need. They're on a string.
Orange. I'm sorry, I'm excited.
My friends in Maine, who are daily on the front lines of helping children to school, bringing food to people, walking children home from school, blowing whistles, have told me not to wear them around your neck because they become something someone could grab and injure you with. They've also suggested that if you don't have a whistle handy, hit the alarm on your key fob for your car, because that is another way they're making noise to alert their local friends and neighbors that the federal agents are in the area. And it's been fairly quiet here. We're a little more protected than Maine and Minneapolis or Minnesota because of our red state status, but that doesn't mean that won't change. And there were 2 incidents this summer in my neighborhood, so they're not gone. And Knoxville has had quite a bit of activity lately. So I'll put these out there. Feel free to take 1 or 2, whatever you need, and resist peacefully, as always.
Judith?
I'll follow that with, there is a lot going on in this community. Over 300 people stood out on Friday asking the county and the city not to fund ICE. So we are around. If you want to be on my mailing list that tells you when things are going to happen, see me after the service and I'll put you on it. Tom, thank you so much. We are bringing resistance and solidarity singing to our community here in this church. So it'll be open to the whole community, but I hope that you'll come. We're going to be led by Naomi Self, who is a community singer. We will be singing old resistance songs and new ones. So I hope that some of you will come, but please, I will put this, the first one is it's on Saturday, February 21st from 10 to 11:30. I will put this up on the board if you want to write it down. but we're bringing it, and we're bringing it here at our church, so I'm really happy about that.
Layla?
Hello, Layla Rose, music director, she, her. So we got a bit of a rough start in January. We didn't get to do our singing circle performance, but put 2 dates into your calendar, February 22 and March 8. February 22, we will do our January performance of the Mamuse song. So come ready to do that, and we will have rehearsals. So basically, we're not going to have rehearsals in February as was scheduled, so don't forget what you learned from our previous rehearsals.
What if I wasn't here?
You can still come on February 22. You can still come then. Yeah, you can join anytime, and we will be performing February 22. Additionally, we will start our March song on the same day. We will be doing something with an Irish theme. You're welcome, Jeff. And we will have that performance on March 8. So February 22, March 8. All right, Jen.
Good morning, Jen, she, her. I just wanted to call your attention to a couple things that are in your order of service. Sacred Hearth Circle, we weren't sure we were going to meet today, but there's no snow really anymore, so we are going to be here. We will be outside for part of the evening, so if you want to come and join us for that, make sure that you wear very, very warm clothing. Also, this Saturday night, February 7th, we're having our creative workshop with Cindy Collins, and February 2nd is the last day to register or to pay or state your need for a scholarship. So if you're still thinking about that, definitely make a decision by tomorrow, but we look forward to seeing you here Saturday night at about 6:30. And then for the membership committee, next Sunday, we're starting the new UU classes. That will be from 12:30 to 1:30 right after service. If you want to come, please bring your lunch if you want to eat. They will have dessert and drinks for you. So this is where you would come to learn more about Unitarian Universalism and what it would mean to become a member, the rights and responsibilities of membership, etc. These classes are free. They are not a commitment to membership. They are available to get more information about that. You're welcome to just drop by, or there is a sign-up sheet out in the fellowship area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Judy.
Hi, my name is Judy, and I have 2 quick things. One is there's a microwave that's been sitting in the office for quite some time.
Did you lose your microwave? I'm kidding.
I'm sorry?
I said, did you lose your microwave?
Did you leave one here? I'm going to take it to the Chattanooga Free Store the next time I volunteer, but it's a little heavy, so I could use help with someone putting it in my car from here, and then I will get it there. So thank you for that. And then this is more of a personal thing. We all like to vote. We're a pretty good voting community here. Just know that there are elections coming up in May for a variety of things and some primaries and those kinds of things. And then I just have a personal shout out for someone that is running for school board in District 3 in Hickson. If you live in that area, she needs some signatures. So come see me and I'll have some more information about Ruthie Walker. Thank you.
Our service, one more. Always another, always another. Yeah, that's all right.
It's February 8th, I believe, instead of the 5th.
Oh. Okay.
Sandy Kurtz, she, her. I just wanted, I see here in the worship flyer that TIPO, Tennessee Interfaith Power and Light, is scheduled to meet in the forum room this afternoon. That is not true. We have gone to a Zoom call. So because our leader comes in from Nashville and he's having weather issues, even though we thought we were going to have snow too. So just to let you know, you don't need to stay around until it's 3 o'clock.
Want to try it now? Yeah. Okay. Our service has ended. May our service to the world begin.